If you're like me, then you're constantly looking for new ways to reduce your carbon footprint. I picked up the eco-friendly Earth Bag Premium from the Hamilton Perkins collection, and I'm so happy about it. Each bag is made from about 16 recycled water bottles. This one-of-a-kind premium bag is the answer for all of my on-the-go needs. Take a step and address plastic waste with these unique, sustainable Earth bags. Head over to hamiltonperkins.com and use the promo code PASSINGTHEBAR for a 15% discount for being our listener. All right, check. Guys, welcome back to Passing the Bar podcast, where we talk about the ups and downs of the industry and all the social issues that we deal with. My name is Chris Pryor, and today I've got Evan.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And Steve.
What's going on?
And our special guest today is Austin Taylor.
What's happening?
Austin is the Cicerone over at the number one bar. Number one, right? Numero uno bar in Norfolk called Grain. I also end up also bartend there.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So I vouch for saying that it's the number one place in Norfolk. And, yeah, man, so Cicerone, what in the fuck is that fancy-ass name, and what does it mean?
Well, it comes from Latin, Cicero. You remember Cicero?
Yeah.
Very learned statesman.
Okay.
So that's kind of where the word comes from, meaning sort of like a tour guide, knowledge of antiquities. But the Cicerone Company has actually trademarked the word and uses it as a certification.
Oh, wow.
Yep, in the industry.
Yeah, there's the beer sommelier, there's that, but then there's the Cicerone, which is the Beer Institute, correct?
Right,
yep.
right. And that's their trademarked name for that level of certification.
Okay.
So it's kind of like with IT, you can get certified by Cisco or these other networking companies. Right. It just sort of gives a standard in the industry as far as knowledge goes.
Okay. So if you had to call yourself something, would it be Cicerone, or would you call yourself like I don't know, beer buyer?
I think I like the word beer buyer.
Do you?
I do. I really do, because it's more applicable to my day-to-day life. I'm not really guiding people on a day-to-day,
right? But
I am buying beer just about every day.
Right. How much beer do you guys go through? Like,
wow.
Is it? I mean, just roundabout. I mean, to be the number one space in Norfolk, I would say there are 83 taps.
Yep. With beer, and then 5 with wine.
Is there like a percentage that are local towards those that are like domestic drafts, or like the everyday like anchors that everyone else has?
So my approach from the start's been sort of an 80-20 approach. Okay. That's not a hard percentage there. I don't really count the taps, but I want 80% of the beer, 80% of the menu choice to be approachable by everyone. So being a rooftop bar, being a high profile, in a high profile hotel, being downtown, we're sort of a melting pot. We're sort of a hub for all sorts of different types of people. Old, young, transient, people that have lived here, people from all around are coming to visit, and I don't want them to feel like alienated by the menu.
Right.
There's plenty of places you can go to find the really, really cool beers, the really, really exclusive sort of nerdy type right. beers, but being such a hot spot, I didn't want to alienate the guests, really. So I reserved maybe 20% for, people who know good beer. They're gonna have a few things on the menu for sure, absolutely. But I want most of it to be approachable.
I feel like that's got to be a pretty good standard. Knowing the fact that because you're gonna have so many transient people that are gonna come into your bar, your restaurant, or your hotel. And just like you're saying, not to alienate them, but allowing somebody that may come from a place where they may not have a large selection of different craft beers. Like here, we've talked about it before, but Steve, you come from San Diego, fucking seem to be like, other than Portland, the craft beer mecca of
Yeah.
the United States.
Oh God, you go any bar in San Diego and you're like, I haven't heard of any of these beers.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they'll have the 4 or 5 staples that you'll find everywhere else. But then you're like, I've never heard of this sour watermelon spice.
Yeah, it's a long
Triple IPA barreled and wherever. You know. But yeah. Yeah, so it is intimidating. So so how do you pick which ones that you want to use? Or do you do a lot of market research to kind of look at that?
I try to kind of go easy on the guest, if that makes sense. I don't if I can't pronounce it easily, or if I don't think that you're going to be able to pronounce it easily, I'm not going to put it on the menu.
Gotcha.
Right, yeah.
Because at 11 o'clock on a Friday night, you walk up to the bar, you've got the bartender's attention for half a second. You've got to spit it out.
Yeah.
There's no fumbling or stumbling, and you've got buddies with you, you've got girls with you. You can't trip over your words trying to order a beer.
Franz Esconer and Von Stefan.
Oh, yeah.
Can I get the Frankenstein beer? Like I got it. I'm not even gonna try to. I know exactly what you want.
No,
Frankenstein beer. I'll be right back. You want the dark one or the regular? That's all I say. I got you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I want people to have a good time, and I want them to be able to drink more than one beer. I'm not going to put a whole lot of 10, 12, 14% beers.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2 for those adventurous types. But
That 20% that you were talking about.
yeah, absolutely. But most of the stuff is really approachable. Wide range of IPAs, whole lot of different wheat beers, and this year just an explosion of lagers. I mean, you've seen lagers from almost every brewery this year.
It's the dynamics changing. The IPA era is slowly fading.
It's
I think
dwindling.
Yeah. People, it's that health conscious thing. I'm telling you, it's all that malt and hops that we're throwing in there, and the 7% beers that stick to you.
7% beers that add 7%.
Yeah. All those IPAs in that fridge out back of my house, man. They were great, but they stick to you. They don't go away. They become a part of you.
They give you the keg, not the 6-pack.
Yeah.
I think IPAs it's morphing. It's morphing. You've almost got a unlimited selection of what kind of IPA you want. You have milkshake IPA.
Oh yeah, they've done it. They've done everything.
IPA, unfiltered.
What was it? Lucky Charms. The
Lucky Charms.
The
IPA. Who'd have thought?
Marshmallow IPA. I think that was. By Smart Mouth. Shout out to Liz and those guys.
Yeah, no shit, man. Killed it with that one.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it's gonna come back around like next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, dude, how do you top that? I mean, that beer was like everywhere. It was on Jimmy Fallon. It was on fucking I think Ellen and like.
Well, on a marketing standpoint, they fucking killed it. I mean, because you hit the nail on the head with it's like my age group. It's like anywhere between 28 to almost 40. You know what I mean? That know that Saturday morning cartoon situation, and then like just that feeling. So so then putting that on a beer that and then just taking him back. It's like that Ratatouille scene where he takes a bite and he's like a child again. You know what I mean?
Hits you right in the feels.
Right in the feels. Yeah. Boom, killed it. Yeah, all the way across the nation. She murdered it with that one. That was awesome.
Well, at Grain, we've had some pretty good beer releases. The Saturday morning, right?
Yeah.
Every year, the Kentucky Bourbon Stout from Founders.
Yep.
What are the other ones? They're like
The Goose Island Bourbon County.
Yep.
Founder CBS is also really good.
Yeah. These are like beers that are like sought out. Like people travel. To like come. Get, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah. And those ones I'm definitely always going to feature.
For sure.
People who know beer and people who love beer, those big releases, we're going to get them.
It's fun. It's fun too to see it. Like it's like we got it, and then it's gone in like a day.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
if you're lucky,
Just to see that, like
you know what I'm saying.
I think they did a KBS at Yard House a while back when they started doing the releases there. But it was like 3.5 hours it was gone.
Oh yeah.
Like 2 6-0s was just like gone.
Some beers just have a cult following like that. It's amazing. It really is.
And it's also that fear of missing out, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when you... Like, I know Rock Bottom, Gordon Biersch, we would do that, where it was like, we have an aged barreled triple IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have 1 barrel. And it's going to be open from 4 to 8. And then you just see the doors get kicked in. Because everyone's there trying to do it. And like you said, it's gone in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're pouring 500 beers. And it's just gone.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name. Man, it's happening, but we can't. It's just there's nothing you can do about it. There was this brewery in Indianapolis, but they had this pale ale called Zombie Dust.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, dude, like, it was like the fucking talk of the town. Like, it comes out once a year.
Isn't that something?
And then, like, everybody's like, oh, shit, you guys gonna have zombie dust? I'm like, I'm just here for a couple months. I don't, what is this thing? And I'm, like, asking around, and like,
now I'm
oh,
intrigued.
yeah, we're gonna get 4 kegs of it. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're gonna get 4 kegs. I'm like, you're gonna get 4 kegs? And we're like, I guess we're getting 4 kegs, but
now we
there
have
was just,
to.
like, this thing, and then, yeah, 4 kegs lasted, like a week and a half, maybe a week and a half.
Jeez.
Is it the beer? Is it the name? Is it a common? Because zombie, that doesn't sound like it tastes good.
Right. Well, it was just a pale ale. It wasn't like some hard hitting IPA. It was just a regular pale ale.
It sounds like it's gonna fucking.
And it was good. I mean, for me,
You're gonna fall walking out of the front door.
it wasn't like a double zombie dust. It was just a regular pale, not an Indian pale, just a pale ale. And then like it was. I mean, I tried it. I was like, this is good. But I don't. I think it's like it's that hype, man. It's like that, like you said, the FOMO. Like we only do it once a year, and that's it, and it's gonna be gone.
Yep.
It's the Pokemon card collectors and all of us.
That's right.
That's how I think about it. Like every beer to me is like a new Pokemon. I just want to try it.
You just gotta catch them all.
I gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all before
That's
they're
really
gone.
it. And every day there's 100 new beers to try. So it's the journey is endless, really.
And you get to try them all.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah,
That job sounds rough.
That's a great job, man.
they bring them to you, right?
Yeah.
They're like, hey,
They do.
hey, Austin. They're
Just
like,
take
you know,
this.
It's the best problem to have.
Yeah.
I know. And now it's like to the point where it's like, damn, I'm doing something, and it's like free beers walking through the door, and I'm like, God. Okay.
I'll put this on.
I guess I'll taste it.
I gotta do this.
all right, I have time now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
well, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a really new awesome beer you have. I guess I'll try it.
That's gotta be super sick. Have you what's it, just specifically? You've had to. I'm guessing. Gone around either the East Coast, the West Coast. Where's the best? Like, what's the best beer that you've ever had? Do you have like a favorite beer?
Oh man.
Do you have like a?
Yeah.
Do you have like a?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. It's a beer from Aslan,
Okay.
and it's part of their Orange Starfish series called Master of Oranges.
Huh.
Yeah, super juicy Citra juice bomb. I mean, like thick as mud IPA, orange gold, and it just tasted like freshly squeezed orange juice.
No joke.
It was incredible.
Sounds like a meal.
It was, Oh, it was absolutely.
I like the name
like
too.
like an orange Julius
Yeah.
in a beer.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that's hard to come by.
What are some of those beers that I'm trying to think of? Like, we're talking about limited beers, like the ones. There's one from Vermont, Heady Topper.
Yeah, Heady Topper.
Heady Topper.
That's like number 5 beer in the world.
It's
Oh,
like
really?
you got a hold of
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah.
In the world.
Yeah. There's another one from it's from California. I can't think of it right now. But it's just those beers like that, like Heady Topper, where it's like if you got 6 of them, like you're the dude, man. And like if you give that as a gift, it's like
You can trade them too.
thank you so much. Yeah, trade them.
that's
You
right.
can trade them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's a huge market online for trades.
Back to Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah. That's what it is.
So true.
It's gotta be.
Oh, it's so nuts.
It's in all of us. That
Yeah.
generation of just
What do you got?
Yeah.
What do you got? Okay, I'll give you one of these for 3 of those.
yeah. 'Cause you've got the art on the can art.
Yeah.
You've got like art on the websites and the colors and the names and everything just comes together. And
Yeah.
Just so encapsulating. You just want to see all of them. What's
not gonna
next?
lie.
What's new?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's gotta make me want to like get into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
is there an app for that? Because
Yeah.
I'm down.
It's like Pokemon Go, but in real life.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's a gas station.
You just walk from bar to bar.
Yeah.
That's the Pokestop. It's called the bar.
Yeah. There should be an
I
app
think
for
they've
that.
got some beers in here we can pick up.
We won't talk
App
about
designers
that.
out there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We're gonna leave that one alone. We'll save that for off the air conversation.
There should be an app for that.
We're gonna edit that out.
So there is a program that you have at the Grain on Wednesdays.
Yes.
It's like a beer class, beer school, what is it?
Well, it's called Brewfest, really.
Brewfest. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a special happy hour.
Okay.
Yep, once a week we've got really really awesome food specials, and every single week we feature a different brewery. So whether it be a local brewery or not a local brewery, every single Wednesday there's at least 2 to 4 new beers, a special flight, special happy hour pricing, and then from time to time we do really awesome events. I've grilled out hot dogs on the patio with Flying Dog. Devil's Backbone came through as part of their through hike, and it was a series called Crafts and Drafts where they brought 3 or 4 different tables out. They had leather stamp punching, button making, hat making, table full of swag. There's always something going on Wednesday at Grain. If